So welcome back. Today is going to be a fairly short video showing you exactly how to withdraw cash from your Vanguard ISA. This is definitely not going to be advice that you're wanting to action right at this moment in time. We all know the state of the stock market is in pretty much turmoil right now. Things are falling by the day. It's not just in the stock market, it's crypto as well. But there's blood on the streets essentially within the markets. So whilst I'm not a financial advisor and I obviously can't give financial advice, I'm going to be holding any money that's in the stock market and leaving it in there for a long time because I don't want to sell at a loss. Having said that though, yes, we know Vanguard is a long-term investment platform. However, at some point in the future, you're going to want to take out that cash because we're all investing for something. YouTubers, investment gurus, and articles online always talk about the accumulation phase of investing, and that's because that's the phase that most people are in for the largest proportion of their life. There is of course the other side of investing, the drawdown phase, that there's not really that many people talking about. So if you are approaching the drawdown phase or you just want to withdraw money from your investment ISA on Vanguard, this is the video for you. Withdrawing money from the platform is a fairly easy process, and the way I see it, there are two simple steps to making any withdrawal from the Vanguard platform. The first step, of course, is selling the fund or ETF that you currently invest in. And what that will do is untie the money from the investment and see the money sat in the account as free cash, or available cash as it's called on Vanguard. The second stage is then, of course, withdrawing that to your bank account, where you can, of course, after that or at that point, utilize it for whatever you want. That could be to pay bills, it could be to supplement your pension, could be to go away on a nice holiday. Who knows? Please do remember though, everything I'm about to show you is for an ISA. If you're investing through a general invest account or any other of the different Vanguard products, there may be different tax implications of withdrawing your capital. This doesn't impact the SIP, Junior ISA or ISA too much. However, if you are investing via a general invest account, you need to be mindful of both capital gains tax as well as dividend tax. Obviously dependent on how much you're selling within the year, your tax band, and your dividend allowance and capital gains allowance. Let's start off then with step number one, which is of course selling your position. Now I have done a video on this before, which I'll link up above. But if you haven't managed to catch that, or you just need a quick refresher, let's go through it really quickly.
Selling your position is a really simple process. From the main Vanguard dashboard, you can click on portfolio options on the right hand side, which will give you this simple drop down screen here. If you click on sell, that will pull you through to the selling options, of which you'll have two. Unless you're planning on selling your full portfolio, selling at the next available price is probably the best option. So you'll click on that, and then again you'll have two separate options. You can either leave the cash in your ISA to buy later, or you can transfer your sale straight into another product. For the purpose of this video, we're going to leave as cash in your ISA and then click next. And then again, you'll have a number of different options here. It will show you all of the investments that are currently held within your portfolio, and it will give the option to sell either a pound denominated amount or a different specific amount of units of the fund, in which you can see your units here and your estimated value over here. So for example, if you wanted to sell £100 of the life strategy, you would click there, click next, and then confirm that transaction, and it is as simple as that.
Now it is worth bearing in mind that the length of time it takes to sell an investment depends on the investment type. ETFs are usually fairly quick because they're traded on the stock market. This can be sped up on Vanguard's platform by selling it at the current market value. However, there is a cost of around £9 to £10 incurred by doing that. You can of course sell at the next buy or sell price, which means that there might be some deviation and movement within the price, but as long as there's not any massive market swing in the same day, you should know fairly what you're going to get for it. If you're going to sell a large quantity or cash out your entire investment, personally, I would probably actually pay the small fee, just so I know exactly what I'm cashing in at, and I'm not going to potentially suffer some of the 5% drawdowns that we've been seeing in the last few weeks. On the other hand, if you're selling a blended fund like the Life Strategy or the Target Retirement Funds, they can take slightly longer to process. It can take 2 to 4 days to sell and the cash to then become available within your account. Now that's not a massive issue, but it is of course worth bearing in mind, just because you might not be able to get your hands on the cash as quickly as you were hoping for. The second step is then of course withdrawing that cash into your account so you can go and buy that Lambo. or whatever you're into. When I went to record this video, I realised that Vanguard wouldn't actually let me withdraw anything below £50. So there must be some sort of minimum withdrawal within the platform. On the upside, Vanguard don't charge for their cash withdrawals, whereas other platforms like eToro charge a fee for every withdrawal that you make. So once the money has settled within your free or available cash, there are then two different ways that you can withdraw it to your account. You can withdraw a one-off lump sum or make a monthly recurring withdrawal so that money comes into your account every month. For example, if you're supplementing your pension, this could be a good strategy to use.
Once the cash has settled in your account, you can then withdraw the money to your bank account. It's as simple as going across to the tab on the left-hand side and selecting Payments. And that will pull you through to the Money In section initially, where it shows your available ISA balance, any regular payments that you make, and any single payments that you would like to make. It also shows your total ISA balance. If you click at the top and go Money Out, this will then give you the two options to either regularly withdraw or to withdraw cash on a one-off basis. Because I've only got £5 in my account, it won't actually let me process a withdrawal at present. However, if you want to set up a regular withdrawal, you'll simply click on New Regular, set up the bank account you would like that to go to, and process that. It is worth bearing in mind that any regular payments which are planned have to be updated at least 10 working days before the next withdrawal date. So again, just something to bear in mind there if you're looking at supplementing your pension via a regular withdrawal from your ISA. The second option is the cash withdrawal, and again you can simply click Withdraw Cash. Again, it will ask for your bank account details that you want the money to be wired to.
Whichever method you use, the cash should be back into your account within 5 working days, which is a fairly quick process. It's of course not as quick as these instant transactions that we're used to, but it can be quicker than some other platforms again. It's also important to note that Vanguard, unlike most other brokerages within the United Kingdom, has something called a flexible ISA. What that means is that you can pay money back into your account within the same tax year without it impacting your ISA allowance. Now that's pretty helpful. For example, if you had an ISA of around £100,000 and you decided to withdraw £60,000 into your bank account, what you could do is pay that full £60,000 back into your Vanguard ISA, as long as it was within the same tax year, without incurring any loss to your overall ISA allowance for the year, which means you could potentially still have the full £20,000 to pay in within that tax year. Now there are lots of other platforms that don't allow this. Vanguard is one that does. And whilst I don't imagine anyone's going to be drawing out that much money and then paying that back in, it is worth noting because it's a nice little feature that not many people accept. If this has helped you to understand the process of withdrawing cash from the Vanguard platform, please do let me know down below and like the video to help to push this out to more people. And also, if you want any future Vanguard tips, investment updates and match betting videos, please subscribe to the channel as well, because we're actually starting to grow quite quickly again, which is really nice to see. Remember, if you are in the accumulation phase, like pretty much everybody, you're very unlikely to need to use this process of withdrawing cash to your bank account. But it is, of course, really nice to know how simple it is to sell an investment and get that cash back into your account within 5 working days. A word of warning, at the moment we're going through a really nasty pullback within the stock market, and if you are new to investing, it can be very tempting to sell out at a time like this. I've been investing for 3 years and a lot of my growth has been absolutely smashed, so I can only imagine the negative portfolios that you must be having if you've been investing for about a year or so. Best advice would be to just don't worry. Historically, the markets will recover and return to all-time highs at some point in the future. The worst thing you can do right now is panic sell. It is a scary time out there, and of course, please make sure you're not investing more than you can afford to lose. Things will turn around, you've just got to stay consistent and make sure you don't panic sell and let this brain up here take over the reason you're actually investing in the first place. And with that said, I'll catch you very soon in the next one.